How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think. So meet me halfway, take a tiny moment, and give my podcast and each episode a review rating. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Moreover, I hope to provide you with gut-wrenching laughter and a touch of wisdom. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding, and I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. Now, as always, I, your host, Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. Unplug from life and dive all into episode 13 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Today's show is called Fooled Me Once. Is Trump breaking the law or breaking the rules as far as the day-to-day management of his business? Be on the lookout. Trump minions are coming soon. He is cloning himself to replace the transgender people he has banned from the military. Is he finally going to fight in a war for America with his old fossilized ass? Trump's nuclear tweet fiasco has spun off into a porn movie. It is called Nuclear Meat. It is starring our beloved president and another bum-looking porn co-star. Before I begin, I am going to do a call-out. What's a call-out? Well, it's not a shout-out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show, because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D. Hello. Welcome back. Now that I've got all the niceties out of the way, we can move on to some really important stuff, which is talking about me. Now, if you guys haven't figured out, I like to begin each show with sharing a little bit about myself with you so you can get to know me as a person, not a ranting heathen fool. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach this with you guys, but I just want to let you know that I am not an easy person at all. And I probably think you already know that by the title of my show, which is called I'm Difficult and Demanding. That name or title is not something that I pulled out of the air. I'm actually really difficult and demanding. I'm not a person that you can swoop in on and mesmerize with your words, your gifts, or bullshit. I don't fall for that. I am very, very cerebral. And I love to read between the lines. I love to connect the dots. I love to watch people and read them. I enjoy it very much. I think people are like puzzles, ever-evolving puzzles, and I am forever intrigued by it. So when I'm not having intellectual conversations, I get bored very, very easily. Most people bore me. I cannot talk about the day-to-day bullshit about what you have for breakfast, what your cat was doing, what happened, you jammed your toe. I can't stand that shit because a lot of times it's just a bunch of complaints. And my thing is, if you got a problem, solve the motherfucking problem. Don't talk about the problem. Solve the fucking problem. That's what problems are for. They're meant to be solved, not to be complained about. Just do something about it or shut the fuck up or close yourself in a closet because I don't have the patience for day-to-day nonsense. So if you're thinking, well, if you don't like 90% of the conversation, who the fuck do you talk to? Well, I don't do a lot of talking. I do a lot of watching. I love to watch people. And the funny thing is, I think most of you know more about me than, well, except for my family, than other people that I see day to day. Because the type of conversations that I want to have, they're too much for people. They're too intense. They're too serious. They call, you know, you would have to be self-aware and reflect and have a solid answer as to, you know, the questions that I'm asking. So basically, you know, I smile, I'm polite, you know, I indulge, I engage, but I keep it moving. I really, really keep it moving. Now, you want to know why I read between the lines? Because I think a lot of people, they don't understand why they're doing what the fuck they're doing. And if you were to ask them, they would give you some cookie cutter response that is typical of the clique or the group that they hang out with. And I think life is more engaging and titillating than that. And I think we cheat ourselves by not paying attention to who we are on this earth. So when folks send me messages in my DM on Instagram talking about, hello, how are you? I ain't got time for that motherfucking bullshit. How am I? I am how the fuck I am. How the fuck are you? Don't send me stupid ass messages like that. I'm a 40-year-old woman. I'm a grown ass motherfucking woman. And I don't have time for little boy bullshit. That is what I said. I don't have time for little boy bullshit. Now, if you want to come to me with some other shit, now I have another group of people who like to play games with me, who like to send me some off the wall, flirtatious types of messages and shit like that. And, you know, say things that, you know, most people would be shocked and awed by and don't know how to respond. I can play with y'all asses too, because if you don't know, everything that I put on my Instagram page, it's a reflection, it's a slice, it's a slither of who I am. And I'm very smart. I may sound like a ranting, raving bitch sometimes, but don't get it twisted. That's just to intrigue, to discuss, to offend, to add some excitement to your life. But I'm extremely, extremely intelligent and highly perceptive. I see shit that most people ignore. And I love it because, you know, when I got to check a motherfucker, when I check you, I'm going to check you down to your core. I'm going to check you down to your motherfucking soul. So if you come for me, which you should not, but if you decide to come for me, you're going to find me. What did I say? If you come looking for some trouble, you are going to find what you're looking for because I'm sitting here waiting. I don't look for shit. I don't start shit, but you better believe I stomp the shit out. And I'm not talking about in a physical way. I am going to fuck your mind. I'm going to say some shit that makes you believe that I am crazy and I'm not right. I'm not normal. I'm highly abnormal. And I accept it. That's probably why you're listening to me right now, because you know I'm not right in the head. But I make it fun. I make it humorous. And I try to keep it, you know, real and serious. But you won't get bored with me. You will get sick of me. But you will not get bored with me. And that's one thing I can guarantee you. I am predictably unpredictable. I like to leave people guessing and wondering and figuring. You know why? Because that's what life is about. Life is a mystery. It's beautiful. And you know what? Why be predictable? Each one of us are unique. We're different. We're special. So why the fuck are we trying to look like the girl next to us or act like the guy in front of us? No, be you. Do you. Dare to do you. I mean, you will have so much more enjoyment at life. So what I want you to take away from this is this. I don't play games, but if I have to, I can. I play to win. And when I play, I'm going to make sure that every time you see me, you are going to be shaking at your soul level because I'm going to tell you some shit that you're going to wonder, how the fuck did she know that? How the fuck did she figure that out? And that I'm not going to share with you.
But if you look at my Instagram page, I am very perceptive. I am also very defiant. I'm also very alluring. And everything that I put there, that is who I am. And I'm sharing it with you in different ways. And I have no shame in my game in being who I am. I'm difficult. I'm demanding. I own it. I love it. And hopefully one day you will love it as much as me. Have you ever been played, used, manipulated? Well, if you haven't, get ready because it's going to happen eventually. But if you have, you probably can understand where I'm going with this. Our President Trump, I think he is a shrewd genius. He's a businessman. He's a businessman to the core. And you may or may not know this, but when he was running for president, he actually purchased a hotel in Washington, D.C. while he was campaigning. Now you're thinking, why would he do that? He's running for president. He should be focused on that. Why is he buying or purchasing hotels, which is, real estate deals, and also it's a business. It's in a hospitality field. That is what he does. Why would he do that? Well, he's a businessman. And as a businessman, you are getting quote unquote free publicity campaigning for the United States presidency. So why not make money off of it? Because whether you end up in the White House or not, your name is always going to be associated with running for the president of the United States. So he was hedging his bets. It's kind of like when you're with a girl or you're with a dude and you're in a relationship and that two-faced lying motherfucker is cheating on you, but instead of telling you that they no longer want to be with you, they are busy scouting, their new dick, their new cunt that they want to, ride or die with while they're still with you. And they want to make sure they secure that relationship before they actually break it off with you. It's kind of like that type of thing. He was running for presidency and he could have won or lost. But why can't a motherfucker make money in the process? Because money is always green. You can make money in the daytime. You can make money at nighttime. You can make money 24/7. So he's thinking no matter what happens, why not capitalize on my brand? Why not get richer, bitches? That's what I said. He said, why can't I get richer, bitches? I mean, shit. I don't see why you can't get richer, bitches. Motherfucker shit. If you can get rich, get motherfucking rich. That's what I think. So that's what he did. He bought a hotel that's very close, very near to the White House. So he was hedging his bets all the way around. He was going to make money off of this shit one way or the other. So since there's no such thing as good press or bad press in his thing, if people are paying attention to you, whether it's for fucked up shit or great shit, press is press. And people will come and buy your shit, whether you're getting good press or bad press. If you're getting bad press, they want to buy this shit to see if this shit really true. If you're getting good press, they're saying, I want to buy this because I want to be like you. Okay, bunch of pawns, but that's how the fuck people work. That's what they do. So he used the press that he was getting during his campaign, and he bought himself another hotel, which I personally think is a brilliant boss move. That's what I said. It's a brilliant ass boss move. The motherfucker is getting paid no matter what. Now, unfortunately for us, he actually won the presidency. So he's getting paid no matter what. The motherfucker controls the Fed and every goddamn else. So the Fed makes the money. The Fed controls the money. The Fed determines how much our motherfucking dollar's worth. So the motherfucker's making money running for president. Now he's motherfucking president now. He's actually making the motherfucking money. He is in control of the money being made. What I'm saying is he's in control of our money being printed or not. He fires the people who are responsible for controlling our money. Like this, he is a brilliant strategist. Now he had all you people thinking that he was loyal, that he was a man for the working class, paranoid, schizomotherfucking people who are looking to make a better way for themselves. Now, I have to ask you, how is it that someone who was born rich, doesn't wipe his own ass and has someone sniff his balls to see if he needs to shower or not because, he's too rich to do the shit, how can he actually understand your plight? Do you think he goes down to the cafeteria in his motherfucking hotel and he sits down and he has lunch with the housekeepers in his restaurant, the cooks? No, he's probably sitting in the motherfucking presidential suite, draped in gold, fucking eating gold specks. That's what the fuck he's doing. So I'm trying to understand, how is it that you people thought this man is the man for us? He's the man for himself, which is why he campaigned, and while he was campaigning, he bought a hotel in Washington, D.C. Because you know who's in Washington, D.C.? Let's think. People with money, power, and influence. And that is a great connection to have for a man who is a domestic and international businessman. So he was stacking first he was stacking his motherfucking money up even higher. And he's even stacking himself up for success. He wanted to make sure that he was in a position to rub elbows with people who have real power that influences his business presently and in the future. So what is this hotel called? Well, it's called Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. And since he has won the presidency, it has become like a White House extension. It's like the motherfucking Oval Office Part 2. Any and everyone who wants to curry favor with this gentleman goes there. That's what I said. If they can't get into the White House, they're either at that fucking dry ass hotel in Florida called the Mar-a-Lago, or they're at the International Hotel, Trump International Hotel. Foreign dignitaries, lobbyists, Republican lawmakers. Yeah, that's what I said, Republican lawmakers. Now their ass already have a seat over there on Capitol Hill. So why the fuck would Republican lawmakers have a need to be at the Trump International Hotel? They are visiting his hotel in hopes of getting in his good graces. And people who are in Trump's good graces, well, they become his punk ass bitches. And what do you do with bitches? You run their motherfucking ass. They are basically your runners. They do what the fuck you want them to do in hopes of getting something back. Even if they don't get anything back, they would like to be able to use your name to get something to benefit them. So since all these people, dignitaries, lobbyists, Republican lawmakers, are visiting his hotel to curry favor, I believe that's called motherfucking bribery. When someone is offering you something that they probably shouldn't be motherfucking offering or doing to get something from you, I believe, but hey, I'm crazy. I'm not right in the head. But just because I'm crazy doesn't mean I'm motherfucking stupid. I believe that's bribery. It may be an indirect form of bribery, but it's bribery. Now, I don't know if you know, but I think I know that is close to criminal behavior. Not completely, because you know how all these motherfuckers like to come close to the line. They never exactly go over the line fully. They may put a fucking toenail, a hangnail, a fucking pubic hair over the line, but they never fully go over the line. They're always pushing the limits to see how far can they go to get away from shit, to get away with shit, to become richer. Which is how he won the presidency, which is how he succeeds in business and everything he does. They're just ruthless. So now you have our politicians saying, hey, we have a new way to play the game. We can come close to being criminals without actually being criminals. And even if we did some shit that seemed like criminals, no one's going to do a motherfucking thing about it anyway. So got your ass. So they're toying with legal versus illegal. But I think there's bigger fish that people are frying, so nothing is being done about it. Here's the clincher I want you to think about. In the past, presidents have separated themselves from their business interests because it was the right thing to do for our country. Now, why is it the right thing to do for our country? Because you don't want to give the appearance that you are working for self-serving interests or self-serving interests for people who are benefiting you or helping you. That would be called a dictatorship. That would be very similar to a lot of other nations over the world, places that we've gone to war with to show them what democracy is about. So right now we're looking like a fat ass hypocrite. Just outright fat ass hypocrite. Because we are doing things that is clear, that is put in place to benefit those who are in positions of power, who own businesses, and who basically control your life, your job, your livelihood. So the Republican Party, and I don't give a fuck what you say, the Democrats are also helping because they're not doing a motherfucking thing. Don't even get me started on the game. I'm going to shut the fuck up on that. The Republicans are changing laws that are put in place to safeguard you, to benefit themselves and make themselves richer. And even if they're not getting richer, they are fostering relationships, and those relationships are powerful ones, which will enable them to get rich one way or the other. Some people want money. Some people want power. Some people want money and power. Some people want money, power, and motherfucking sex. That's why they're fucking dropping their motherfucking pants on Capitol Hill, showing their dick. Tired ass fucking crusty dicks, but that's what they're doing. They're supposed to be writing laws, but they're showing dicks while they're over there giving speeches trying to pass these bills. So I don't know. Maybe you don't know. Somebody needs to know, but that's what's going on. So these people are making the world, making our government work for them. And people call it the 1%, call it the 1%, the fucking 10%, call it whatever the fuck you want. The percentage doesn't matter. The fact is, millions of people have gone ahead and voted for senators, congressmen, the president, the vice president. We, the people, voted for these heathens. And these motherfuckers think that they can just keep fooling us, keep doing whatever it is that they want to do. For example, why haven't they done anything about the fact that our president still is involved in his businesses? He has not and will not show his tax returns. And he is continuously going to his hotels on the taxpayer's dime every goddamn weekend, which is free publicity, which is building goodwill. And if you don't know what goodwill is that intangible shit, that touchy-feely ooh-ah shit that makes a brand seem more important and more expensive than what it is and raises the value of a company. That's what goodwill is. He is making himself beyond richer than what he says. Why is that allowed? The tax overhaul, you and I both know is going to benefit his ass. Workers' rights that he's eroding, you and I both know it's going to help his ass because he has hundreds, if not thousands of employees working for him. And most of them are minimum wage hourly in the service industry. So we have a president who is not following the rules. Now you're thinking, well, if it's against the law, why not do something about it? Well, I just found out it's not against the law. It's actually a rule that most presidents had the decency, the integrity, the respect to follow. And it's called Presidential Ethics and Conflicts of Interest. And these are rules. These are guidelines. These are not laws at all. So all the presidents that we had, they operated on a system of honor and integrity and faith, love, and respect for our nation, for our Constitution, for our citizens. This motherfucker doesn't give a fuck about anything. So you want to talk about being American? When did not giving a fuck about the traditions and the forefathers of our country and how they set up and why they set it up, when did it become okay for a president not to give a fuck about those traditions? When did it become okay to blatantly say, you know what, fuck y'all. I'm going to manage my business. I'm going to run this country. I'm going to put laws in place that you and I both know is going to benefit my orange fucking carpet head ass. When did that become okay? What is it that was so important to everyone that they're going to turn a blind eye? And you know what? These motherfuckers are getting rich. I don't know how much richer these rich people need to get to have enough money. At some point, it goes to ego. But these are not enforceable laws. These are rules. They are guidelines. They are norms. And like I said, he is getting richer. It's all a hoax. It's all been a hoax. Him running for president, him convincing the Rust Belt, the middle of the country, call it whatever the fuck you want, and all these other states that are struggling, it was all a fraud. And I believe deep down, a lot of folks believe that, hey, he's a businessman. He's a successful businessman. He knows how to create jobs. He knows how to get the economy going. So if he can do it for himself, he can do it for our nation. Let me give you a strong piece of advice. This man has never held a position in public office. He came straight out of the bank vault and appeared on the goddamn scene and ran for president because he is a reality TV star and you've seen his fuck all Trump stump name on buildings. So you just presumed that he is a man for the people. He has never been a man for the people. Have you seen this motherfucker on the bus? Have you seen his bitch ass on the motherfucking train? You haven't seen him anywhere because he's in his fucking Maybach. He's in his Mercedes S-Class. He's in his goddamn Rolls Royce. If you don't know what that shit is, Google it. And if you can't spell it, don't fucking worry about it because you'll probably never know what the fuck it is anyway. So work with me here and let's move on. That's not the point. How do you assume a man that has never been on a motherfucking farm, that doesn't know this way or that way, he doesn't even clean the fucking food that's stuck in his goddamn fake ass teeth? How in the hell can you presume that he is for the people? He's for you. He understands you. No, what he did was he's used to working in the construction industry. He's used to working and fostering business deals with shady people and very shady people. So he's learned the lingo of how to read a motherfucker and ascertain their weaknesses, their hot points, their insecurities. And that is what makes him shrewd and a businessman, because he can read your motherfucking ass upside down. And then because he's fucking 6 foot tall and he's motherfucking orange with a fucking rat on top of his head, blonde rat on top of his head, you presume that he must be someone of influence and power, and he speaks with authority. Even though he lies, if you say a lie with a motherfucking authority, it must be true. So you believe all of this shit. You thought he would create jobs for you. No, he's here to create more profits for him. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He does not give a fuck about you. The one that should give a fuck about you is you, but you're too busy giving a fuck about someone else who's promised you something that you're never gonna motherfucking get. But here you are. Instead of investing in yourself, you're investing in a motherfucker who looks like a clown with a fucking blonde ass rat on his head. And here you are worse off than what you originally were. Whatever he is doing, his achievements are for him. First and foremost, his achievements are for his donors, his friends, his business associates, and his loyal bitch ass punk cronies who sucks his dick whenever he says boo. That's what they do. You see, I didn't mention you in there anywhere. All the judges that he's appointing and the business people that he's putting in high offices is to take the Trump organization to the next motherfucking level. He is building a legacy. He is building a mega monument for himself, for his family. It has nothing to do with you. Whether this economy crashes and burns, he will still have his money sitting in overseas Cayman, Swiss bank accounts. He will keep his money. We will be the motherfuckers who are suffering the next Great Depression, eating fucking piss soup because we have no money. The country has imploded. We have no food because we've closed the borders. And we don't have the technology and the intelligence we need to bring us up where we need to be because, again, we have closed the border. So I leave you with this. Whether he's impeached or not, reelected or not, he is set. The only thing the man cares about is making more money, having more power, having more friends to pursue his sordid interests like fucking mediocre looking motherfucking porn stars who isn't fit to shine the bottom of my motherfucking shoe. Like, he couldn't get a hotter motherfucking bitch than that. She's not even ordinary. She's asinary. That's what the fuck she is. Asinary. He has a bomb ass wife and he's walking around with motherfucking blonde ass motherfucking Scooby-Doo with her fucking ass. What? She can what? Pull a split? She can cut his dick in half? I mean, what the fuck can she do? It doesn't matter what she can do. She's horrible. She's miserable. And he could have fucked somebody else that looked better than that. And then her cheap ass settled for 6 figures. 6 figures to shut the fuck up. Girl, you gotta motherfucking negotiate. If a man is trying to pay you off, he comes up first, he fucks you, okay? And then he comes out of the blue with his lawyer saying, hey, I need you to sign this paper so you can shut the fuck up about how you sucked my dick. If a motherfucker who you ain't seen in months or years comes out of the blue trying to offer you some money to not open your mouth, well, open your mouth to suck his dick, but not to open your mouth to speak about it, your brain needs to go off and say, pump brakes, pump brakes, pump brakes. I'm going to be rich. Because that's what I would say. Oh, this person has something going on and he wants me to be quiet about it. So I need to make money off of this and I need to negotiate as high as possible. And that is what I'm going to do. But she didn't. She only got $120,000, $130,000. That's nothing. With a man who's worth motherfucking millions and he has connections with people who are worth millions and billions, how the fuck are you gonna settle for $120,000, $130,000? That's how much my motherfucking car costs. You can't do that. When you see an opportunity in front of you, you need to pounce on that opportunity and you need to squeeze blood out of motherfucking rock. That's what you need to do. When you have an opportunity of a lifetime, you need to squeeze blood out of a rock, and then you need to keep going on those goddamn interviews on national TV so you can build your name and build your own brand. Because, opportunities like this don't come around a lot. And if you had the opportunity to sniff his fucking bush and pump his stick, what she did, and to get $100,000 of it, that's nothing. She should have got a few million off of his ass. And yes, he would have negotiated, but let me tell you something. If she negotiated hard enough and she played by his tricks, she could have got a lot more money. But she didn't. She got 100,000, whatever. That's a lot of money to her. It's nothing to me. But hey, we're different. We agree to disagree. So he is enhance his network of people. And these folks are willing to turn a blind eye to some of his nefarious business deals. He's a shrewd genius. He knows how to pander to people and get them to do whatever the fuck he wants, or he has some information about them that arm twist them, whatever the case may be. He knows how to work people. He gets information. He knows how to use it to his advantage. And that's why he is where he is. And that's why most of other people where they are, and they continue to be fucking there because they keep listening to fools with a fucking blonde rat on their head who's painted orange and in a custom suit. Stop listening to motherfucking fools who sound like they know some shit, and stop believing that someone is generous when they're not. They're not. A person who has never been poor cannot understand your struggles. He has filed for bankruptcy several times, but let me tell you something. His bankruptcies are not like your bankruptcies. Your bankruptcies, you ended up living in your motherfucking car or you moved back into the basement of your mama's home. His bankruptcies were different. They were not in his name. They were in the company's name. So whatever he lost that he put in, it was nothing. He kept his homes. He kept his fucking $100,000, $500,000 cars. He kept all that shit because he knows how to play and work the system. And I'm trying to share some wisdom with you. So if you listen to me and you can cut through all my fucking mania, then you will learn a few things that you can apply in your life. But there's a game and there's rules tied to that game. And until you figure out that you are playing a game that you didn't know you were motherfucking playing, you will always lose. And you will lose to people like that. You got to educate yourself. You have to read. You have to figure out how. You can't change the rules, but how can you make the rules work for you? What are the loopholes? How do you get around them, in them, on top of them, on bottom of them? You got to play the motherfucking game. See, people in this country don't know. It's all a game. And until you are willing to participate, and until you're willing to take the time to learn and understand, you will continue to be forgotten, downtrodden, and fucking scratching your head confused and getting fooled by a bastard ass person, which is our president. He's rich, bitches, and he will continue to be so. The Department of Justice banned transgender people from enlisting in the U.S. military, and they eventually withdrew the legal challenge that they put out there with the courts, blocking transgender people from being in the military. Now, why would you go and do some shit like that? Like, you don't have everybody lining the fuck up to give their life away for strangers like you and me, and for our country and the principle of our country and our Constitution and what America stands for. You don't have people lining up for that shit. You can't even get thugs off the motherfucking street who are killing each other to line up for that motherfucking shit. They'd rather kill each other around the fucking 7-Eleven than line up for that shit. So why in the hell would you cut off a group of motherfucking people who can and are willing to fight and die for your ass to be president of our democracy? Why would you cut these people off? Why would you keep them from enlisting? Because I know your ass is not enlisting. You have never enlisted. So why would you cut off a bunch of people who are willing to give their lives for our country, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, our way of life, for strangers? 'Cause I'm a stranger. Like, I am not the first person you want to call to line up to go overseas to fight in the war. Because I would be busting caps and I would probably lose my mind and bust a cap in everybody's motherfucking ass, because I would have PTSD from all the noise, the dust, the dirt, and I would just be killing everybody. So you don't want me to sign the fuck up. You don't even want to give me a gun. So why would you basically stop people who are willing, able, and ready to enlist just because you have a problem with how they look, how they dress, who they're fucking, how they're motherfucking peeing, how they're fucking shitting? That's none of your motherfucking business. If he or she are not impacting you, why the fuck do you care what the hell someone's doing in the motherfucking toilet, in the closet, in the bedroom, in the goddamn kitchen? It's none of your motherfucking business. That is the problem. People are in shit that has nothing to do with them. You can't even keep that fucking wig on your head straight to cover up that fucking boss, but that's like that fucking surfboard swoop, that fucking blonde rat swoop you have in your head. You can't even keep that shit straight when the wind blows. So how the fuck you gonna stop somebody who's willing to give their life, their spirit, their soul for an idea, for a principle, to go fight for us, for defend our borders? You want to stop them because of how they pee, which bathroom the fuck they go in, whether they want to wear flats or Allen Edmonds shoes, flat, dress shoes, or they want to fucking wear stilettos. It's none of your goddamn business. If you're not looking at their dick, and if you're not looking at their pussy, and you ain't got nothing to do with the goddamn shit, mind your motherfucking business and focus on the shit that matters. Now here he is tweeting, tweet. The U.S. will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. No, because you have a lot of motherfucking minions, clones like you, who going to sign up and replace these motherfuckers, right? You going to sign up and replace these motherfuckers? You basically are cloning yourself to replace the people who are willing to sign up for us? No, your bitch ass ain't gonna do that, because you never went to motherfucking war. When it was time for you to get drafted or enlist, you kept getting bitch ass deferments. And you kept getting deferments until you got a medical approval not to join the war. As I said, our president likes to work the motherfucking system. He is brilliant. But let me get back on topic here. Why would you try to call this group out who has already been fighting on your behalf, on my behalf? And let's keep in mind, if they weren't fighting on our behalf, our democracy as we know it probably wouldn't be standing here today. You wouldn't have been elected president. You wouldn't. So, what are you thinking? I know what you're thinking. You just like to choose disadvantaged groups, target them, and call them out just to stir up more attention. Because like I said, there's no such thing as bad press or good press with our president. You have press only, and he can take the bad, he can take the good, he can take the ugly, and he can work it to his advantage. So since he was never drafted, and he's only sought deferments. This man has never been to war. He's working alongside people who have been prisoners of wars, who have been injured, who have been, tortured, who have gone and come back. Some people have never come back from war. And he's sitting here saying, you know what? You people aren't good enough. No, motherfucker, you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You are fucking clown fraud. And you don't have what it takes to do what's necessary. So why the fuck are you going to stop a bunch of people who are willing to do it, who have the guts to do it, who have the balls to do it? Why would you stop them? Oh, he says because, this is Trump, tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender people would cause or are causing in the military. No, motherfucker, they're not causing any goddamn thing. Let me tell you why. Because they were fine before your punk ass got into office. So all of a sudden you get into office, they're a problem? No, they're not a problem. They were fighting in the motherfucking Iraq war, which helped us win. And we went to war in Iraq because some motherfuckers flew planes into the motherfucking Twin Towers and they crashed into the goddamn Pentagon. So did you sign up to go to war for that? No, you were probably hiding out in the motherfucking Mar-a-Lago or your failing ass hotel in Scotland. That's what the fuck you were doing. So since you weren't willing to fight for us and they're willing to fight for us, how the fuck you gonna talk about medical costs? Each and every weekend, you are flying you and your lovely family down to Florida to sit on your flat ass to play golf, which costs us tens of thousands of dollars. And you and I both know you're not working an 8-hour motherfucking workday. You're working probably 2.2 hours a day as president. When you and I both know most other presidents probably work 18 to 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. So since you're not working that much, you're definitely vacationing a lot. And you're making a lot of money sitting on your ass. Your ass is getting flatter. Your fucking belly's getting bigger. And your fucking head is swelling. But that's neither here nor there. So you want to talk about medical costs. Why? Because the money that's paying for these people's health and welfare, you want that so Air Force One can fly your bitch ass down to Florida, wherever the fuck you want to go. That's what you want the money for. Right. Like I said, selfish, selfish, selfish. So you want to take money from people who are willing to fight and defend our country. You want to take money from them. So you're going to have more money for your wife to go sit in the spa all day long to get over the fact that you're cheating with some punk ass, fucking mediocre, fucking hooker. Not a hooker, porn star. There's a difference. I apologize. Please forgive me. That's what you want the money for. To pay for her spa treatments so she can get the fuck over where you've been sticking your motherfucking wick. I said wick. Wick as in candle. You know the wick in the candle? That's what you fucking burn. He's been sticking his wick at motherfucking porn stars. He wants the money to pay for that shit instead of paying for people who are willing to die for us. Go figure. And then he says, they disrupt the military. No, motherfucker, you are disrupting the military. You are disrupting the military because you basically were stopping something that was working just fine. It was working just fine until you went and stuck your rat blonde wig into some shit that didn't need your opinion. They were working just fine. So the only person who's causing the disruption is you because that's what you like to do. You like to basically create a distraction on the right. Because on the left, you're stealing, you're looting our shit. That is what you do. That is your trick. Now, I don't know if other people have figured it out or they're too caught up in the sensationalism of what the fuck you like to do because they think that the United States presidency, PLOTUS, is a reality TV show. You've turned our presidency into a reality TV show. You're busy promoting discrimination and hatred. Because when you sent that tweet out, all these silent motherfuckers who basically had a sock stuffed in their throat about and had to be tolerant in the military. You know, all these racist, paranoid, schizophrenic, weirdo ass motherfuckers who had to be tolerant in the military. You basically gave them a voice. And when you give hatred and ignorance a voice, well, hell, they're going to say, shit, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time to act like a motherfucking fool. I can act like a motherfucking fool. It's okay to be racist. It's okay to treat people badly. That's basically what you did. You basically opened up the motherfucking box on fools to allow them to treat other people poorly. It's not right. So then someone else has to go back and fix your shit. After you realize, okay, you know what? Shit, I picked a fight. Fuck it, you know. They're wanting to die for us. Shit. I got bigger fish to fry. All right, you motherfuckers, you can go back to signing up transgender. I'll let you in, okay? But you better not fuck up, because I may cut you out again. I mean, how you gonna play with people? People who are willing to live their life. Why are you gonna say, I'm gonna let you in, but you're not in. You're in, you're not in. Okay, maybe you're in, maybe you're not in. Don't cost me too much motherfucking money, because I got a Mar-a-Lago this weekend. If you cost me too much motherfucking money, I'm gonna kick your ass out again. What? You got your staffers at the Mar-a-Lago, they're going to sign up to fucking die? No. Half of those motherfuckers are probably illegal workers. The other illegal workers that you're always talking about? Yes. I know and you know you hire illegal workers. I know and you know you hire illegal workers. So if you're going to sit here and try to make my motherfucking ass believe that you're hiring U.S. citizens at your hotels, no, you and I both know you want more profits, and you get more profits by hiring people under the table. It's all a motherfucking front. It's a front. So you're ostracizing a group that's willing to risk their life. And you, Mr. Deferment, have never even attempted to try it. That makes good sense. You're fighting with North Korea and others, and you're jeopardizing our national security. So you're jeopardizing our national security. You're telling people that they can't sign up because of who they are, how they feel comfortable and happy. How does that make sense for our nation overall? How does that make sense? Like, where are you going with this shit? Where are you going? I don't think you're going too motherfucking far, but where are you going? You're not going anywhere. You like to ostracize people who appear to be, who are in a position of weakness. You like to exploit them. You like to use them for your gain and benefit. And then you toss their ass to the side, to the curb, like a month-old piece of trash. That is what you do. You do not value anyone but yourself and your family and people who tell you that your dick smells like motherfucking roses. That is what you like. And if someone contradicts you or makes you feel uncomfortable or basically makes your insecurities come to the forefront, then you're going to try to crush, kill, and destroy them by any means necessary. I got you. I don't know how you can be rich and powerful and have low self-esteem and insecurity, but hey, it takes all types to be in this world. It takes all types. The nuclear tweet. Nuclear tweet. Nuclear tweet. The shit that we come up with. I mean, nuclear tweet sounds very cute. It sounds very innocent. This shit is talking about blowing up motherfuckers. Ruining land that would not be arable, bearable for generations. The nuclear tweet, like, where in the hell do people come up with stupid ass shit like that? Nuclear tweet. And then we have our president who's talking about much bigger and more powerful. That sounds like a fucking porn movie. He's talking about a nuclear button that he can just push. Boop. It used to be red, now it's orange for his orange ass, but hey, that's what I'm saying. Work with me here. Yes, I say work with me here. I say now. I say and. I say really. If it irritates the fuck out of you, I don't really give a fuck. This is how I talk. This is how I get your attention. And if you don't like it, you better motherfucking start loving it. That's how that works around here. This is my show. Love it. If you don't love it, pretend to motherfucking love it. Okay? Moving on. He is talking about a nuclear button. And he's saying his is much bigger and more powerful. It sounds like more nuclear meat than nuclear tweet. Yes, I said nuclear meat. Like it's the new name of a fucking porn movie that our president is starring in. It's not called nuclear tweet. That shit is called nuclear meat. You want to call it nuclear beef? Call it whatever the fuck you want. The fact is, he sounds like he is the star of an up and coming motherfucking porn movie called Nuclear Meat, Nuclear Beef. Call it what the fuck you want. But nuclear tweet is just wrong. It is wrong to give life. It's wrong on so many levels because you are making something so serious and so catastrophic seem whimsical, seem very light. And it's not light. It's tit for tat confrontation. Now, I know the president has a lot of shit to do. So how is it that our president has the time to type a motherfucking tweet? If you guys knew how much time and work that it goes into me preparing for the show, recording this show, editing this show, doing my social media posts, it takes a lot of damn time and thought. So how is it possible that our president can send out motherfucking tweets all day long, every day? He's not fucking working. He's trying to figure out who is the next group that I can ostracize, I can try to punk or try to fucking belittle to get some more media coverage. Because you know what? If people are not talking about me, then I don't exist. I don't matter. And you know what? I matter. I have to matter. I know I have low self-esteem, but I have to matter. People, please talk about me. Please talk about me. Please talk about me. Okay, who the fuck can I bully or try to bully to get them to talk about me again in the media so I feel like I have self-importance and self-love and self-worth? That's what the fuck our president's doing. We have a president with low goddamn self-esteem. Because if he's not getting praise, which means if he's not getting his fucking dick sucked or his prostate motherfucking rub, yes, I am disgusting. But if I wasn't disgusting, how could I keep your motherfucking attention? That's the point of the show. I'm difficult, I'm demanding, I'm unpredictable, I am belligerent, I am disrespectful, very intelligent. Hey, you don't like my delivery? Fuck it, but you're gonna stick around anyway because it's disgusting. So deal with it. He is getting ready for his new porn movie, Nuclear Meat, starring Donald Trump and the mediocre porn star that sucked my balls or teabagged me months ago in 2016. Coming in movie theaters soon to you. That is what the fuck is going on. He is fighting with another crazy ass man over in the East, and they're having tit for tat confrontation. It's like they're playing motherfucking video games with nuclear buttons. How juvenile. But people say, you know what? There's a genius at work behind his madness. And you know, on some level, on some hand, I have to believe it because geniuses are typically out there. They're crazy. Think of your best music artists, some of the best songs that you love out in the world. To create that music that you love, that music that touches your heart and your soul, these people have gone through some fucked up shit. I.e., I'm a prime case. I am off the charts crazy. I'm telling you, I'm admitting to you that I'm crazy. I am so crazy that you can't even get me certified as crazy. I am uncertifiably motherfucking crazy. And the fact that I own it is even more concerning for you. But hey, if you want to stick around, I love to have you. Stay in my world, be in my world. I can guarantee you, you won't get what I give you, you won't get it from any motherfucking place else. So stay here. Work with me. Stay here. So they're playing tit for tat video games with other people's lives. He's tweeting that North Korea's president, fucking ruler, whatever you want to call him, has a depleted and food-starved regime. Well, if they're depleted and they're food-starved, that's a fucked up situation to be in. Because let me tell you something. When I'm hungry, I will fucking kill a motherfucker with my teeth and bare hands to keep from being hungry. Don't fuck with me when I'm hungry. When I'm hungry, it's like, get the fuck out of my way or I will rip you to shreds like a motherfucking Wolverine. That's how I am. So he's having nuclear tweet wars with a motherfucker who has a depleted and food-starved regime. I would say these motherfuckers ain't got shit to lose. I would say we have more to lose than these motherfuckers over there. So all they got to do is get on the motherfucking canoe. Bring their motherfucking asses over here. Matter of fact, they probably don't have to get on the canoe. Fuck the canoe. All this motherfucker has to do is push a button and whoop, goes in the air. Boom, boosh. Our asses are bombed. You don't fight with people who ain't got shit to lose. You don't do shit like that. It's stupid as hell. We have too much to lose as a motherfucking nation. And our stupid ass president is fighting with a man who has a depleted and food-starved regime. They're going to come here. They're going to bomb our motherfucking ass. They're going to steal all our food. And they're going to make us work in the fields. Well, you know what? Fuck. I'm not working in the goddamn fields. I think black people have paid enough motherfucking time in the fields. We are not working in the motherfucking fields. We're not even cooking in the goddamn kitchen. So you know what? Just send us all back to Africa. We are not working in the goddamn fields. Someone else can work in the fields, but we're not working in the motherfucking fields. So when North Korea comes over here, bombs our asses, they're going to send all the black people back to Africa. And then the Africans that probably don't want our black ass, they're going to send us someplace else because they can say, you know what? You people are not Africans. You're Americans. So now, typically, we don't have a motherfucking home. Fuck it. We're floating in the ocean. But the rest of you people are basically going to be working in the fields because we are done working in the fields. We have served hundreds of years in the goddamn farm. We are done. So count black people out. When North Korea comes over here, count us out. Send us to the motherfucking ocean. Leave us there. The rest of you, get the fuck to work. Got it? Yes, I'm crazy. He is acting like he has a nuclear button on Viagra. That's what I said. He has a nuclear button on Viagra because he's too old to get it up. So if my movie is called Nuclear Meat and you know this motherfucker's like 170 years old, he has a Viagra pill for his nuclear meat button. He has a Viagra for his nuclear meat button. And he gets off. He gets off on being powerful. He gets off on being the most powerful. He gets off on any and all attention. And if he's not getting enough attention to get his dick up, then he is going to start some shit with someone to get you, me, any and all of us talking about him. That is what he's going to do. He is going to figure something out to get us talking about him. That's all it's about. It's like a kid who didn't get enough attention as a child. So what they do, they act like a motherfucking fool. They act like a complete motherfucking fool, like an animal swinging from the goddamn trees. That's what kids do when they don't get enough attention. So he may have had all the money in the world as a child, but I can tell you, somebody has fucked his ass up. Like, you have to feel sorry for his wife, Melania. Bless her soul. She needs somebody to pray for her ass because, you know what? They said Melania was the one, Melania Trump was the one to encourage him to run for the presidency. And at first I said, nah, I don't think that's true. But here we go. I had a light bulb moment. You know what happens when I have a light bulb moment? Some crazy ass shit's coming out of my mouth. I think she did encourage him. You want to know why? So he can get the fuck out of her way. She wanted him to run for president and pray. She probably paid the fucking Russians to help this motherfucker win so that he can leave her the fuck alone. Can you imagine her? She laying in bed. She's feeling good. She's on her fucking silk sheets. She's relaxing. She's feeling like a diva. She's feeling like the supermodel she was. And then you have this motherfucking orange hair, fucking SpongeBob, fucking Swiss cheese looking motherfucker coming in here with a fucking towel wrapped around his loosey goosey ass and trying to get, no, she wanted him fucking busy so he can leave her the fuck alone. She does not want to produce any more kids with his crazy fucking pudgy ass. So that's what she said. She said, honey, you should run for president. I believe you can win. You will win. And I will call my cousins in Russia and they will get dirt on Hillary and you will win the election. That is what she said. And lo and behold, he won the fucking election. That's the miracle working of Melania. Melania wanted his motherfucking ass so busy that he can stay the fuck away from her and she does not have to push another fucking itty bitty minion Trump out of her coochie. That is what happened. But back to the topic. Somebody fucked him up as a child. And unfortunately, oh shit, he is our president. Our president likes to focus on big, little, win, lose. Oh, his parents, they have released a Tasmanian devil and we have elected him as president. And Melania helped put this motherfucking man in office. So blame it all on motherfucking Melania. Melania. You should not have called your motherfucking cousins in Russian to help him win this goddamn election. Now we have to clean up this shit. So keep in mind, coming to a theater near you, Nuclear Meat, starring Donald Trump and some other mediocre but ugly porn star right next to him. He probably has a few. Because you can't tell me that man is monogamous. I don't give a fuck what you say. He's popping the pills. He's gotten fucking penile implants, whatever. But he is still trying to pump his ugly skunk on somebody. And Melania is praying that it doesn't have to be her ass and that it can be someone else. And the only reason why Melania is upset about that fucking mediocre porn star is that it was made public. She knew about that trifling ass porn star. But she did not expect that shit to be made public. And that is why she's embarrassed. Because if you look at Melania and you look at that motherfucking mutt he was pumping, they're in a class of their own. So, keep in mind, Nuclear Meat. Look for it. I suggest you don't watch it. But hey, if you like some strange, kooky, fucked up looking shit, then hey, you watch the movie. Peace out. Trump and Banyan and Trump. Those two peas in a crazy motherfucking pod. Trump and Bannon. Trump said Bannon lost his motherfucking mind for criticizing Trump and his family. Bannon had no motherfucking mind to begin with. So to think that you thought that this motherfucker has just now lost his goddamn mind shows me clearly how much fucking mind that you don't have. Bannon had already been crazy. Bannon is crazy. Both of you are crazy. You got crazy and crazy on both sides. Cuckoo and Cocoa Puffs. That's what you have. Cuckoo and Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo and Puffs. Sorry. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. If you don't know what that is, that's a cereal. And it's made by General Mills, I believe. And I think it's called Cocoa Puffs. And the commercials used to say cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So you have cuckoo on the left and you have Cocoa Puffs on the right. And those two bitch ass motherfuckers, they go together. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But all of a sudden now, Bannon has lost his mind. And he said when he was fired and he lost his job, that's when he lost his mind. So Bannon basically lost his motherfucking mind when he lost his goddamn job. I thought you said Bannon quit and he wanted to pursue other interests. So what is going on behind the scenes? What is really going on behind the scenes? Because these two were two butt buddies, you know, ace coon booms. They were inseparable. Bannon lived for Trump and Trump lived for Trump. Bannon was Trump's bitch. And the funny thing is, I'm trying to figure out why. Why would Bannon, who basically licks Trump's butthole, would say some of the statements that are in the book Fire and Fury? Like, what was he drinking? What was he thinking? What was the motherfucker smoking? Because I need some of that shit. Because he was sitting in the motherfucking White House, like probably right next door to the motherfucking president. And he's giving an interview talking shit. Now that is a boss move. That's some bold. So you have to give Bannon some credit. Give him some street creds. That boy got some balls. He's sitting in the motherfucking White House. Trump's White House. And he's talking shit about the fucking president. Now, he's trying to make us believe, Bannon, that he had no idea, no inkling that any of that motherfucking shit was going to end up in a book. You are talking to a motherfucker who's going around interviewing people for material for a book. You are volunteering information. Whether it was via questions or via your fucking brilliance, you have shared some information to a motherfucker who's writing a book. And you seem surprised and perplexed that the shit ended up in the book. It was juicy. It was derogatory. It was controversial. So you and I both know your crazy ass knew that shit was going to end up in the book. And you didn't tell Trump that it was going to end up in the book. So you wanted to blindside him. You wanted to catch him off guard. You wanted to prove a point. And that is why you did it. Otherwise, you would have told his motherfucking ass in advance, saying, look, bruh, look, this is what's up. I was pissed with your ass. Your hair was swiped the wrong motherfucking direction one day. And I caught you giving me a crooked stink fucking eye. So then I went back to that dude, Wolf. And I sat down and I ran dirt on your fucking bitch ass because you pissed me the fuck off with your rat wig and how you were side-eyeing me. I didn't like that shit. That's what a real friend, a real brother would have done. But Bannon's a punk. He didn't do that. He did some passive-aggressive ass motherfucking shit. He talked shit about the motherfucker's back and he knew the shit was going to be made public. And then he wants to turn around and blame the author of the book for the reason the shit came out. Now, come on. This is some 2-year-old elementary bullshit. I can see this shit. Matter of fact, pretend I'm blind. I'm sorry to all blind people, but I'm going to pretend I'm blind. I can't see shit. I'm so motherfucking blind that I actually have 20/20 vision. I can see this shit blind. I know the game you're playing. It's a weak ass motherfucking chess move. It's a punk ass move. It's a punk bitch ass move because you said some shit. You don't want to own it. You ain't man enough to fucking stand up and own it and say what you need to say. So I'm trying to understand, Bannon, why are you so weak? You show that you have great potential and confronting the opposition, the anti-parties. You show great brilliance. But for some reason, with Trump, you're acting like a bitch-ass punk. What are you scared of? Have you been twiddling your motherfucking dick? Have you been chasing fucking teenage ass? Or are you going to fucking Bangkok to Bangkok? What the fuck are you doing that you are scared of Trump? Because you had enough balls to say it behind closed doors. But you didn't have enough balls to tell the man that you helped get elected to office what you thought and what you felt. That doesn't seem fair, right? You got to give a brother a chance to fix the shit. So you should have said something to Trump, but you didn't. So now Trump is saying Bannon pretended to have influence. He had no access and he has no motherfucking clue. So now you've gone and said some stuff that you weren't man enough to say to his face. And that makes you look extremely, extremely weak. And Trump knows that makes you look weak. And that is why he's saying you had no access, no clue. So Trump basically hired you, paid you a salary, put you up in the motherfucking White House with security clearance just to have you looking like a dud, a stud, a motherfucking tree trunk. Now that shit don't make any sense either. So clearly they think we're all stupid. He says Bannon pretends to be at war with the media, which he calls the opposition party. So Bannon thinks the media is the opposition party. And Trump said that Bannon spends his time leaking false information to make himself seem more important than what he was. No, motherfucker. No, Cuckoo and Cocoa Puff. Cuckoo and Cocoa Puff. I know what the fuck y'all doing. Cuckoo and Cocoa Puff are running motherfucking games on us. Let me tell you why. Cocoa Puff, being Trump, hired Cuckoo to work in the motherfucking White House. Cocoa Puff knew that Cuckoo likes to offer false information to manipulate the media, and that is how Trump got elected. Disinformation propaganda. So you got Cuckoo and Cocoa Puff in the White House, knowingly leaking false information to the media, and now Trump is trying to pull his motherfucking card and say, look, Bannon, I got your card. I know that you've been leaking false information, and that is basically illegal. Yes, for someone to work in a White House who is knowingly leaking false information, that is illegal. But they're not going to prosecute Bannon for that. They're not going to prosecute him at all. So he's basically leaking illegal information. Trump just admitted he knows it. Trump hired Bannon to work in the White House, and he knew that that's what he liked to do, to leak false information. So why would you have a man who leaks false information on the payroll, on your administration, working in the White House on behalf of the American people? That's called treason in my book. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just sitting in my fucking dining room recording this podcast for you people. But I'm telling you, that sounds treasonous. So our president, who's basically saying that people who didn't clap for him are treasonous people. No. It's the motherfucker that you hired in the White House called Bannon. He was the one committing treason, and you helped him do so, which technically, forgive me, would make you treasonous also. Because you knew you hired a man who liked to leak propaganda, disinformation, to influence social media, to influence people's thoughts and decisions and votes to get you elected. Now, all of a sudden, he's calling you a weak, punk-ass, orange-haired, rat blonde clown. And now, all of a sudden, he had no clue? No. Cuckoo and Cocoa Puff, y'all think y'all slick, but you're not slick. I see right through you. And right about now, I'm pretending to be blind, but I see right through you. Fraud, con man, Cuckoo, Cocoa Puff, Bannon and Trump, crazy and a paw. Those two motherfuckers belong together. They're soul brothers. And if you look at the picture, they look like they're related. Look at their big bulbous red noses. They look like they're related. Now, maybe they're related because of the lies and the troublemaking they like to make and how the manipulating and the confusing they like to do, and they like to play upon people's fears. But Cuckoo and Cocoa Puff are both wrong. And I believe that behavior is treasonous. But like I said, I don't know anything. And frankly, I don't know anyone. And you probably don't give a fuck. So whatever. Goodbye. I'm done.
Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding, or Twitter at Mrs. D&D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Now give. My episode links to friends, family, associates, frenemies. Hell, give it to your enemies. Actually, I don't give a damn who you give it to. Just give the shit to people and bring laughter to others and show your love for this podcast. Look, don't let me intimidate you. Actually, let me intimidate you. Let me dominate you.
I love being in control, and I'm excellent at it. Let me teach you the power of surrender. Surrendering is different from quitting. If you don't know how, Google the shit. My next episode on the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, Keeping It Real on the Ridiculous World We Live In, is coming. It is called Fooled Me Twice. The release date for episode 14 is February 23rd, 2018. Check me out on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding and Twitter at Mrs. DND. I aim to entice and please. Before you leave my page, follow me and say hello.